back. Lake of the Ozarks State Park. Just stopping and picking up a trail map here. Going to be taking the Woodland Trail. Pretty excited about this today. I've been wanting to come back to this trail for almost a year now. So it is a beautiful day. It's a little humid. It's about 83 degrees out. It's going to get to 90 later. So I'm hoping I beat a majority of the heat as I'm out on this trail. But thought I'd just walk around, use the facilities here before I get out and start down the path. And before I do that, of course, I'll review some trail information with you. But I'm not gonna bring in here with this. Nobody needs to see that. I was really hoping there would be a picnic table out here so I could look at the map. I guess I'll use the hood of the car. I gotta say, Missouri Game and Parks, you guys do a great job when it comes to maps and trail information. So let's see what we got here. Okay, so here we are. We're at the Trail Information Center, and we're going to take the Woodland Trail here. You'll notice there's a backpackers camp in here. I'd like to take a look at that. The trail information on this, it is a 3.25 mile loop. Flowering dogwoods. It goes through the Patterson Hollow Wild area. And there's, of course, that backpacking camp. They say a topographic map and compass or GPS is recommended for hiking this trail. So I am all ready for this. I did read some reviews on All Trails this morning, and they said that the ticks are really bad out here. So are the jiggers. So I've got some Ben's 30% DEET, which I'm going to spray up pretty much all over my body. And hopefully I won't run into any troubles. We'll see. This is going to be fun. Glad that I made it out here and I get to spend one day hiking. And I'm really glad that you guys are all watching this and coming along with me. All right, ready for the trail. As I mentioned, this is the Woodland Trail. It is blazed in blue. The total trail length is 3.25 mile loop. Estimated hiking time, 2 hours and 30 minutes. Natural surface, dirt, mud, gravel, shifting rocks, slippery surface, rocks, roots, downed vegetation on the trail, and steep grades. Bridges and or structured crossings, and water and stream crossings without bridges. So it's interesting, the Game and Parks here in Missouri rates this as a moderate trail. All Trails actually had it listed as easy, but most of the comments said that it was moderate. I've learned that when Missouri says it's moderate, for somebody with my build, which let's see, I'm a little bit older, not in the best shape. I would say I'm a lot like a yellow squash when it comes to body build. I'm not happy about that. That's why I'm out doing this stuff. But it should be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be challenging, and I think the times that they rate on those are actually pretty accurate. I think most of the trails out here I've hit have been actually a little bit shorter for me. So let's get started. Oh, I'm already sweating in the heat and the humidity, and it's just going to get worse when I get down on the trail. Last year I came to this trailhead just to look, and I opened this box and there were about half a dozen spiders in there. Not going to do it this time. So I did get on my bug spray, so I'm feeling pretty confident about that. I do need to keep an eye out for poison ivy on this trail. As for the water crossings, I thought I would bring my Crocs. So I've got my Swiftwater Crocs on the back of the pack. And if I come to something I need to cross, I'm just going to go ahead and throw those on. Oh, I'm already hitting a bunch of spider webs. Ugh. And then, of course, all this tall grass on the trail is probably full of ticks. So we'll see how well the bug spray works. I did also read on All Trails, these are the blue blazes here. And they say that they are very well marked and very frequent. So that's good, because this trail, there is a chance that you can get off trail where it's overgrown a bit. Oh, spider webs everywhere. Doing the official hiker move here, getting rid of spider webs. So this is how it's so easy to get off on these trails. looks like there's a trail that goes this way, and then another one that goes up this way. And if you look here, there's a blue blaze right up on that tree, and you don't see any blue blazes back down that direction, but you can just make it out. You need to take a couple steps here down this trail. You can see that there's a blue blaze right there, so you got to keep an eye out for them. I can see why it's easy to get off the trail on this if you're not paying attention and just walking down, because that other path there looks like the rest of the trail. It's definitely warm out here. Just found my first tick. Nice little guy hanging onto my legs, which makes me wonder how good this bug spray is. He wasn't dug in or anything. He was just hitching a ride. I don't think he was too happy about it. Definitely wasn't happy when I got him off me. So I'll have to keep an eye on that. Stop every 100 or so yards and take a break and check out. If I got any on my legs, I'd much rather find them there than give them an opportunity to migrate north. Ooh, sweat. It's definitely humid. A little bit of a breeze in the parking lot, but you get back here into the thick of the forest, it really gets hot and humid quick. Got a tree that's down, and this one's actually blocking the trail. It is the trail. There's my blue blaze. Just getting a little worried about that, so I'll clear the spider webs and kind of bushwhack around this real quick. Whew. Oh, this is going to be some tall grass in here, and I bet the ticks are just everywhere. They love hanging onto this tall grass so they can hitch a ride. Oh, man. All right, I made it through. Let's see. Lots of pollen. It's not a tick. No ticks that I can see. So I brought my poles with me on this, and I've got kind of a rule that I use when it comes to poles. If a trail says that you should bring your poles, bring your poles. If a trail says that you probably won't need poles, bring your poles. And if a trail says it's easy, no poles required, take your poles. You never know. The ground conditions, things could be wet, things could be slick, all the time. Poles. Oh, look at that. There's a little ticky. Felt him crawling on me, so I did get one there. All right, well, it's tick number 2 I found on my leg. We'll keep the count going. Thought I had a third one there. All right, back up the trail. It looks like this is a little stream here, and it obviously is dried up. No water crossings yet. I'm hoping to find some spring water out here. Sometimes you do, and that would always be nice. I could sit down and refill some water bottles with the filter. So I just came from down here. The trail goes up and pretty much disappears. I see a blaze over there through some more tall grass. Probably some more ticks. Oh, here's another blaze right there. That's a handy place for one. The tree obviously came down. All right, back into Tick City here. So another little trick on these trails is if you don't see any blazes up in front of you, you can always turn around and see, because if you're on the trail, you're going to see blazes in both directions. So I did not see any up the trail. I can just make one out. If I change my angle, it's blocked by a branch, but I could easily turn around and see a blaze down on that tree, so I know where I'm at. I just feel like I've got ticks all over me. I can't. It's going to drive me crazy. All right, took a little break and hydrated, and gonna go back up the hill, keep going up. So the backpacking camp is on a white trail connector, and I have not seen that yet. But I think what I'm going to do, since this is a loop and that white trail connector goes right across the loop, I'm going to go ahead and make a majority of the loop, and then I'll hop on that connector, go check out the backpack camp, see what that's like, and then hike back out and finish the loop. At least that's the plan. It's really neat that Missouri does these type of backpacking camping areas. There were some at Tonka on the what was it? Turkey Pen Hollow Trail, which is a great trail. If you have not had a chance to go there, I highly recommend it. If you want to see what it's like, I'll post a link to one of my misadventures at Tonka State Park videos for that Turkey Pen Hollow hike. I think that was 7.5 miles. It was an extremely hot day. There was no water in the streams when I got down there, especially when I got down to the hollow. But it's definitely one I'm going to want to go back on, I think. Not today. Not today. This is the only one I'm doing while I'm down here this week. And then maybe this fall. Maybe this fall I'll get out and try to hit that and see if there's some running water there. Because that was just amazing scenery. It was a hell of a hike getting back there, though. Whew. Lots of switchbacks. Lots of hills, and every time you thought you were at the top, you got to the peak, and then there was another rise. Definitely different terrain than I'm used to in Nebraska. I'm still seeing my blue blazes. I haven't had any trouble since that one time I stopped and couldn't see any blazes. That's just the key with this. If you feel like you're off trail or you're lost, stop, survey the area. If you need to backtrack, then backtrack. I'm using a Garmin Instinct solar GPS watch, which I always have running. It also synchronizes up to the Garmin Explorer app on my phone, and most of these trails are actually on that app. So if things get really bad, I can always go to the phone. And if they get really, really bad, I can just tell it I need to backtrack, and it'll show me the route that I came in on. It's always good to have an alternate way to navigate, because you never know what's going to happen with some of these trails, how often people use them, if they're cleared, or if you all of a sudden stray off onto a game trail, which I did on one of my first hikes at Tonka. And I can't remember, I think that might have been, I'm not sure what that trail was, but I walked right by it. There was a game trail that went straight ahead with the trail. I didn't know I was supposed to turn, and I just kept walking. All of a sudden I ran into the fence line. So that was an interesting hike. Oh, I keep getting water, sweat in my eyes. Always have the towel. Always have a towel. It just makes a huge difference. I'm surprised it's not as humid as I thought it would be back in here. Just a very pretty area. It's pretty much flat here. This whole area. Oh my God, I just saw a deer. There's no way you would have seen that on the camera, but he was pretty close. That, wow. And I just noticed, I'm not sure I'm on my trail again. Hang on here. There's a marker. Here's a marker right here on this tree. So I'm going the right direction. It's just that the ground has got a lot of grass on it. And this trail isn't as heavily traveled as some of the other ones around here. Probably because of all the ticks. I should probably check for ticks. I'm looking good. I mean, I'm always looking good. But, you know, no ticks down there. Sure, if you can see here, the trail is literally this this new grass here. It's all this very fine stuff. This area is just beautiful. It's so peaceful out here. I mean, you definitely feel all alone out here. Nobody else was in the parking area. There was a family that came from one of the other trails, and they left when I was getting ready, so I was the only one out here when I started the trail. And in this heat, who knows if anybody's as diehard for getting out in the outdoors as I am. I know you guys are. If you're watching this, you like this stuff. I'm not sure why. Not sure why I like it. I guess I like it because it's, you know, gets you back in touch with nature. It's beautiful out here. All I hear are the birds and myself yammering on. So this is interesting. I'm not sure what these are. They're like little soap bubble things. I don't know. Here, let me show you. They're on this grass here, and there's a whole bunch of it. It's all over the place, and if you look at it here, it's like a soapy material. I'm not sure what that is. It's probably something that's, you know, deathly poison, or it's going to give me a rash or hives or something, who knows. But really interesting. There seems to be a lot of it around here. If anybody knows what that is, put it in the comments, and let me know if I did a bad thing by touching it. Just stop to do another tick check. I found tick number 4 and tick number 5. Wow, these were a little smaller than the first two, but they were making their way up my leg, which is good. Gives me a chance to grab them. I think one of the reviews on All Trails, a guy made a comment that he had 35 ticks. So I'm not looking forward to that if my count gets that high. But I don't know, maybe that's a goal, huh? I wonder what the record is for the most amount of ticks somebody has got while out hiking. If you've had a lot of ticks, put that in the comments below. I'd like to hear about it. I don't like ticks, but you know, after about the third one, you know, you just kind of say, oh, they are what they are, and you know what to look for, and you pick them off. It's the ones you miss, the ones that are on your backpack, and then you take your backpack home. Those are the ones that I don't like, because they're just a bunch of freeloaders. I guess all ticks are freeloaders, but I don't like the ones that are trying to get in my house. I just came up from that trail, a little challenging. Some rocks, another down tree. Figure my way under or over this one. It's either one or the other. I will probably try to go over up here. It's not an easy tree to cross here. Yeah, we'll go over. Spider webs everywhere. Ticks everywhere. I think the whole forest is out to get me. And it probably is. It's the way life is, right? Everything's trying to kill something else. Wow. Oh, this is going to be steep. Coming off here. I'm alive. Wow. That's you know, I'm sure you see this stuff and you think, oh, that's not hard at all. That was a little bit of a challenge. Let's see if I got any of my little buddies on me here. Nope. All right. Continuing down the trail. Jeez. See, this is the stuff that happens. This is why you have poles. This trail right along here and down to what I think is supposed to be the little stream here that goes by. I'm down here by the water, and it's just too risky. It's too risky for me to try to go down all of these rocks, even with the poles, just to get some water. I don't need it. This is how people get themselves into trouble out here. Cell phone coverage is non-existent. If I were to go down there and twist an ankle or not be able to get out of there, then I'd probably end up spending the night. If I spent the night, I'd wake up with 1,000 ticks on me. That wouldn't be fun at all. So it looks beautiful down there, but since there's no easy path, I'm not going to do it. But I'm going to continue. The trail here goes right alongside it, so I'll continue down this. And if it has a spot that looks safer for me to get down there, I might try it. I don't know, we'll just have to wait and see. I would tell you that water looks beautiful. I bet it's nice and cool. Be straight out of a spring somewhere. It's crystal clear. But just not worth the risk. I've got plenty of water with me. I don't need to do anything unnecessary. Oh no, wait a second though. Look at this. There's actually a little side trail here that goes right down. This one I feel pretty comfortable with, so I'm gonna set the camera down because, you know, filming stuff like this, I'm not gonna have full control of my pole, so I'm gonna go down there, see if I can find a rock, have myself a little snacky snack. All right, I made it down here. This is great. Found another tick when I got down here, so I'll probably do a better tick check while I'm down here. And I'm gonna check out this water. This is beautiful. It's just a beautiful little stream. It's got a lot of moving water there. It's crystal clear. It's on up, and the trail is just let's see, right over here. And I went up that hill there, so that's not going to be too bad. But I'm looking forward to this. Pictures down here. Decided to send a Snapchat to some of my hiking friends, and of course, no cell phone coverage at all, just like I thought. So that's all right. Let's grab a snacky snack and maybe get some of this crystal clear spring water. It's a nice little spot here. I'm going to go ahead and grab some water. I've got my my Grail. It's a purifier, so I'm not worried about that. The water's moving pretty fast. It's crystal clear. I'm getting some sun on me. I've got a bandana here, which I'll use to pre-filter. See if I can get a good camera angle here. It doesn't make me look fat. Oh, that is nice and cool. Let's see how much we can get here. It's a little bit deeper in this section. Oh, there we go. So if you've never used one of these Grail filters, it works kind of like a French press, and they're just perfect. It's just like drinking bottled water. This thing is great. Boy, this is a beautiful, beautiful little stream there. Some little fishies downstream there a bit I can see. And I'm going to sit here and have a snack. It's a perfect place for it. As I mentioned, I don't have any, I don't have a lunch with me, but I have snacks. So I have what I like to call snacky snacks. So I think I'm just going to have, let's see, I got some beef jerky in here. I think that's what I'll have. It's definitely a hot one today. I'm not sure what the temperature is. Let me see here. Well, that requires cellular. So I'm betting it's getting up there. It's probably 88, 89 degrees. I just feel like they're all over me. I think that was 7. It's the tiny ones that are hard to find. It is beautiful out. And the bugs really aren't that bad. Last year I had a heck of a time with bugs on some of these trails. Wow, that's Good cold water. Always pack out your trash. I think, you know, I go to places like this and I think I could set up my hammock down here, take a little nap, and it would be so peaceful and so nice. And I guarantee that I would wake up and it would be dark. I would just get a nice siesta in. And then hiking out of here in the dark would not be fun. But I'm going to finish this this little spring water and get everything packed back up, head back on the trail, work my way back up the hill here. We'll see how that goes. Well, the secret with these grails is they sometimes you get a lot of water that's just trapped in the filter. So even though it's out, I can redo it, repress it. And it gets just a little more water out. Nice little extra drink in there. That's a little tip. That's a hack for all of you people out there who use these. I noticed that when I was trying to dry out the filters after I used one. Kept pushing it through and kept getting more water out of what I thought was nowhere. So there's always a little extra in that filter. So you can pull the filter out a little bit, press it back down. The air pressure will get that out and allow you to drink that a little bit more. Important tip. Might save your life someday. This thing would. If you're in a situation where you don't have water, these things are great. Just remember, always pre-filter. Have to pre-filter with these. You can't back flush the filters on them. They are large. I carry it on the outside of the pack. When it's empty, it's, you know, it doesn't weigh that much. And of course, if it's full of water, it's a container full of water. That's what you want, right? I'm what you'd consider a water snob. I like filtered water at home. I enjoy bottled water. And I'm not a big fan of groundwater or well water, which is very common in the Midwest, especially where I live. You go out to some of the state parks or local parks, love a water spigot. But it is straight out of the well, straight out of the ground, and it's just got that mineral flavor. Not a fan on that. The Grail is perfect for that because it gets rid of that flavor as well. So you end up with something that's very similar to bottled water. So it's a great thing to have. I've actually used my Grail in hotel rooms before where the water just had kind of a funky taste. There's like a spider web on my camera. All right, saying goodbye to the stream and heading down the trail. What a beautiful place to stop. There's a nice little river crossing here, or stream, and that's got to be coming from a spring right up there. Just crystal clear water. Oh, you don't know how many times I'd like to find this kind of stuff on hiking trails in Nebraska. It just doesn't exist. But down here, fresh water. So far I haven't found anything that requires me to take off my boots and put my Crocs on to cross, which is good. Well, this is interesting. It looks like here there used to be a bridge. There's these two steel pylons here, and there's two more over there. But there is no bridge now. It's just go down and through the damp stream here. There's another tree down, the blaze on it. But yeah, there must have been a bridge here at one time. Alright, so came to an intersection here, and my trail actually turns here, and the sign says trailhead 1.5 miles that way. But this sign, backpack camp, is this direction. So it looks a little more moderate of a trail, but I'm gonna go check it out. Let's see what that backpack camp's all about. And here it is. This is not that far off the trail at all, but there's a fire ring, some logs set up. There's room for 2 or 3 tents, but not too bad, and the water source isn't too far from here. I think I might sit here, take a little break. Tick on the backpack. That would be number 8. Nine. It is definitely getting hotter. The humidity's way up. Since I am up to 9 ticks, I think I might, oh, my chair almost fell over. I'm gonna reapply some bends here to my legs. Definitely need bug spray out here. So the map shows there's a white connector to this backpacker camp, and there is no white connector trail that cuts across. You have to take the main trail, and if you go counterclockwise when you come in, you will get to the backpack camp, and I think they say it's 1.7 miles. So as you're going down the trail, you'll see a sign, and it just branches off to the left, and it's not that far. So it's definitely a nice little place to go, and not that far into the woods. 10. Just found another one on my hand here. I don't even know where he came from. Might have dropped out of a tree for all I know. It's beautiful here. There's some cloud cover. There's plenty of shade here. There's a nice little breeze coming through. There's always a chance for pop-up showers around here this time of year. I'm not too worried about it. It's usually pretty light rain, no thunderstorms predicted for today, but I got about 1.75 miles to go. So I'm going to get everything packed up here from the backpackers camp, head back down to the trail connector, and make my way back to the vehicle. And there I'm going to do another tick check. Saying goodbye to the backpacker camp, and try to find my trail back out of here. So my blue blazes there. That is very nice. A very nice little area. Convenient. Easy to get to from the main trail, but far enough off that you're isolated a bit. The backpack camps out at Tonka off of Turkey Pen Hollow are much further off the trails, so you get a little more seclusion, but you can go up to half a mile before you get to the place where you can camp, and those areas are a lot bigger. No water in this little stream, but still quite a challenge to get through. So here we are. This is what you're looking for, this sign. You kind of come to a T in the trail, something you need to stop and take a look at, because I don't think it's visible from from this side. You just see the backs of the signs there. So I'm really not sure where this loop intersects with the other trail. I know that they say you can go clockwise or counterclockwise, and I did not see anything branch off, but I don't know. We'll just find out. Here's a pretty cool little stone bridge. There's some water on it. Another spring-fed, little tiny stream. I'm up to 15 ticks, and then I just startled a deer who was snorting at me and ran off. He was not happy that I am out here. And 16 ticks now, 16. I can hear the road. I should be getting close. Tick count is up to 22. So that's a lot of ticks. And those are just the ones that I found on my legs. I'm sure once I get to the car, I'll probably find a few more. So I'll keep everybody up to date on the count here. Oh, this trail's getting a little rough going downhill. Remember what I said about poles? Always bring poles. Back to the parking lot. There are some nasty hills coming up there. It's a great hike. 25 ticks total so far. I'll check for more once I rest a little bit and get some water. Overall, it was a really good trail. Definitely moderate. Definitely need your poles. So the tick count is up to 30. I've checked just about everything I can out in public. So now I'm gonna stop in this little room right here and do a little bit more of a forensic examination. It's another one of those uses for a smartphone that I'm not going to share that with anybody, but I'm sure you can imagine what I'll be doing with the smartphone camera in order to make sure there's no ticks in any places I don't want them for the trip home. All right, 31 is now the count. So that's a record for me when it comes to ticks. I'm not very happy about it, and hopefully I won't find any more. Sometimes there's stragglers you just don't find, but 31 total. I'll tell you, Woodland Trail here, Lake of the Ozarks State Park, very good trail. Lots of ticks, but it's absolutely a beautiful trail. There's not a lot of scenic views, but probably the best view is down by that river. Oh, the traffic here. A lot of people going to the park. So beautiful view down by that river. That river was so nice. It was so clear. There really weren't any bugs down there, which was nice, other than some butterflies. And the water was good. Filter the water. It was great. It was nice to have some cooler, refreshing water. But I've got some ice water in the car. Got everything loaded up, packed up. I feel like I'm ready to go. Thanks everybody for coming along on this. This is just so much fun, and I'm so glad that I can share it with everybody, and I hope you enjoy these types of videos, because I do like making these as frequently as I can, especially coming to new places like this that I've just wanted to go to. Like I said, I found this place last year after I did all the Tonka State Park trails, and I just couldn't do any of these other than the one lake trail I did. I kind of drove around the park, saw what it was all about, but I did find this trail, and I thought I'm gonna have to come back and do this one. So I did. I'm glad I did. It's absolutely great. Things to remember: no cell phone service out here. Make sure you have your maps and everything downloaded. Keep an eye out for the blazes. The trail's really well marked. So thanks everybody again for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe.